Hello and welcome to Nauset News. My name's Tori Howard with today's lineup.
And I'm Aiden Mitzis with your announcements.
Here's today's lineup. Sydney Nickerson and Delaney Smith will be covering our top story. Keema Shea Blake will be interviewing our High Five Student of the Week, with Leah Baker behind the camera. This week's top sports will be discussed by Clayton Hussey, Seth Finley, and Tim Long. Sean Corbett will be discussing health tips. Shantae Cunningham and Jonelle Jones will be giving fashion advice. This week's political spotlight will be discussed by Caleb Barepsky. Leah Baker will discuss the student council news. Chris Pombo and Richard Ramsey will be informing you about things to do this week. Keema Shea Blake will be covering today's special report, and this week's talent search will be presented by Shantae Cunningham with Jonelle Jones behind the camera.
Here's your announcements. Nauset Literary and Arts Magazine. Join the Nauset Literary and Arts Magazine. We need writers, editors, graphic artists, and a few A-type personalities to keep all of the creative beings in line. After school on Mondays in the library. Social Club will be meeting on Mondays at 3 p.m. in the guidance conference room right after school. Green Club meetings in the mornings at 8 a.m. in E101. Come and get involved in environmental projects around the school and community. Fridays, JSA Debate Club meets from 8 to 8:30 a.m. in room A205, Mr. Mac Namara's room. JSA is a political debate club. Welcome to all viewpoints. Please stop by for a lively debate and a lot of fun.
And now over to Sydney and Delaney.
Hi, I'm Sydney Nickerson.
And I'm Delaney Smith, and we're here with today's top story.
Today we'll be listening to Mac Bell and his interview with administration about his thoughts and ideas on the March 14th Solidarity Walk.
Hi, I'm Mac Bell with Nauset News, and I just wanted to shed some light and talk a little bit about the March 14th walkout and give my opinion on it. Personally, I think it's a very, very good thing to do. People like to politicize it and damn it because they say it's a stance against gun control or it's a stance with gun control, and it gets over politicized, which kind of demonizes it in a way. But what it truly is it's a memoriam of the 17 lives that were lost during the shooting in Florida, and each minute that we're going to be out there is going to represent a life that was lost. So rather than it being a stance for gun control, it's going to be a stance for a show for support for the children down in Florida who have lost friends and family and all that. So we're actually going to talk to Mr. Fleming, who is the vice principal here, in just a moment. So thank you very much. I'm here with Mr. Fleming. Mr. Fleming, what's your personal opinion on the walkout on the 14th?
The walkout on the 14th is overall, I think it's a good thing. It's not anything that's crazy, rah-rah, anti. I think it's a good thing to open up some eyes across the country to a serious problem we have. And not necessarily gun control, I'm talking more social emotional stuff. And that's what I think is the more crucial issue.
I said the same thing when I was talking about it in front of the camera.
Yeah, and I think guns are an issue, but I think mental health is our biggest issue. Mm-hmm. All right, and thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Yep.
Barepsky, what is your opinion on the March 14th walkout?
It's a good thing, It's like all the people to support the people who were murdered. Yeah, it's very good for me. I will go.
Okay.
Yeah, would you?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Chris, what is your opinion on the March 14th walkout?
I think it's a good thing and that we should definitely do it because it's honoring and respecting all the people who lost their lives on that day.
Leo, what are your thoughts on the March 14th walkout?
I think it's a really good idea to honor the 17 people that got killed with 17 minutes. So I think it is a good idea, and I'll definitely participate.
Hi, welcome to Things to Do. My name is Chris Pombo, and today I'm joined with
Richard Ramsey.
And today we're here to talk about things to do on Cape Cod. March is a hard month for everybody. There's no breaks, and everyone's just trying to get through it. The month may be long, but that doesn't mean you have to miss out on the many things to do. For those interested in drama and theater, make sure to see the National Theatre of London's Yerma broadcast starting at 7 p.m. at Falmouth Academy. On March 12th at 3 p.m., Lego Fun for Kids is happening at Brooks Free Library for those interested. Next, we have on St. Patrick's Day, the St. Patrick's Day Luncheon located at Barnstable Senior Center at 12 o'clock. For those interested, check out the Argentine Tango going on at Cotuit Freedom Hall at 7 p.m. Not interested in the many things to do? How about a movie?
Yeah, in a movie, you can watch our new arrival Black Panther. If not interested into a more calmer movie, you can watch The Post. And yeah, Deadpool I would recommend very strongly. Thank you. This is Richard Ramsey and
Chris Pombo, and this has been Things to Do.
I'm Shante Cunningham. And I'm Janelle Jones. And this is Akeem Griffiths, our talent search. What inspires you to dance?
Well, I'm inspired by the music I listen to and the people that I be around.
When did you start dancing?
At the age of 6 years old.
Will you continue to dance in the future?
I'll be dancing forever.
Okay. Show us your talent. Music, shoot.
It's just us, girl. Let me know what's up, girl. What's up, girl? 'Cause I'm gonna take it down, beat it up, go down, beat it up, take it down, 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 down. And I'ma beat it up. Let me switch up the tempo. Let me switch up the tempo. Let me switch up the tempo. I wanna switch up the tempo. Yo quiero hacerte tantas cosas sin enamorarte. Quiero que te sientas cómoda si vamos aparte. Así como tú quieras te hago el amor y para mí. Modélame, bebé, no interior y de pensar que yo contigo quiero estar. Querer probar algo de ti para no olvidar. Yo no me sé ni su nombre, pero la quiero.
I'm Kimashi Blake here in the Autonomy Psychology class. Today they are dissecting cow eyes. Let's go in and see what they're learning about.
This is a physiology class. I'm Mrs. Albright. And they're learning about the eye, how the eye works. So they're dissecting a cow eye right now. And as they do it, they're going to go through and review all the parts of the eyeball. Some of them are still cutting off the fat. So feel free to ask them questions and take pictures. Okay.
No, I can't.
What are you what do you guys enjoy about it? Just kind of
I don't think I've ever done anything like this, so I'm just enjoying getting to dissect it because we've never gotten to do that before. So we just, Cameron, what have we just done?
We just took off the muscle and
If
fat from the
and
eyeball,
then
and then we just
cornea?
cut off,
The cornea we took off, and that was the top. Yeah, it was this top little layer there. We had to cut that off so we can look at the iris, I think, underneath.
How is the cow eye different from you?
Yeah, so you probably now.
This is
cow eye is bigger.
A lot
Do you see
bigger.
where that iris is?
A lot bigger. It has a lot more fat
Gotcha.
than a human eye.
So all of a sudden it's not blue anymore, is it?
I
feel like this
All right, cheers.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Do you want to do some of it?
No, I was just covering
My God, they should do
Again, my name is Kimashi Blake and this is our special report on the Autonomy Psychology class.
Hello, I'm Shante Cunningham and this is Janelle Jones. And today we are talking about boys and girls fashion tips. I'm going to talk about boys fashion tips. I think that boys should wear ripped jeans with their plain t-shirts and slippers on their feet. Also, to keep them warm with the weather, it would be nice if they wear tank tops and boxers with their Nike slippers on their feet. Boys should wear hat on their heads to shelter from the sun. Now over to Janelle.
And now I will be talking about fashion tips for the girls. Since spring is coming up, girls should wear jean skirts with crop tops and Vans or slides. And girls should also wear shorts with tank tops and sandals. Sometimes girls can wear leggings with crop tops or a nice t-shirt with sneakers or sandals. Now let's talk about color. It's almost spring, so bright colors like pink and yellow would look nice, and lavender and various shades of blue. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. I'm Janelle Jones and
I'm Shantae Cunningham.
Hi, my name is Kimisha Blake, and today I'm here with Eli Wilson, our High Five Student of the Week. He is a senior and member of the wrestling team. He just competed at the All-State Championship in Danvers and placed 3rd overall in the 105-pound division. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
How did it feel to take home a bronze medal?
I felt really good after so long actually getting there.
What do you think the reason for your success is this year?
The coach, specifically in doing off-season.
What kind of training did he teach you?
Just different moves based on my weight class.
Was top 3 your goal?
Top 2 was my goal.
We hear you will be going to the New England Championship. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I went last year. It's at the Providence Performing Arts Center or something like that. It's probably the best competition I'll have all year.
How does it work?
I think it's a 32-man bracket, and they seed top 4, and then you just wrestle or you get seeded based on how good you are, and then you wrestle the kids from different states like Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine.
So different state countries. Okay, once again, my name is Kimisha Blake, and this is Eli Wilson, our High Five Student of the Week.
Hi, I'm Caleb Brepsky with this week's Political Spotlight. Last Wednesday, Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods, in spite of the NRA furiously defending gun rights, decided to enforce stricter gun policy in their own stores. The fact that these giant chain stores would take it into their own hands to work on such a controversial issue is really, it truly speaks volumes to what the state of a need for gun control is today. So Walmart is the multinational hypermarket chain, and they said that they were no longer going to sell guns to anyone over the age or under the age of 21. In 2015, Walmart also stopped carrying high-powered rifles, including AR-15 style rifles, and they made no political statement at that time, probably to remain nonpartisan. But this time, they specifically mentioned that in light of recent events, they're going to change their policy. This is kind of a step for them to say that they are on the side of politics this time, and they are doing this for the sake of change. And Dick's Sporting Goods decided that they're going to take up the same nobody under 21 can buy a firearm policy, no matter what the local laws were. And they said that they're also immediately ceasing to sell high-powered rifles and assault-style rifles. And the chief executive of Dick's Sporting Goods, whose name is Edward Stack, said that he's the son of the store's founder. He said that the policy being put in place is specifically because of the Parkland massacre, and he said that it's because of the students' efforts that they're putting this reform in place. So these are really bold statements by big companies, and they're being backed by legitimate action, and that really truly speaks volumes for the state of gun control today. And the takeaway from this seems to be that whether the federal government and the NRA are on board with it or not, gun change is on the way. I'm Caleb Brepsky, and this has been this week's Political Spotlight.
Hi, I'm Parker Cameron, and today this is going to be your special report. We are going to go into Joseph Hoyt's wood shop, aka Mr. Hoyt, and this is going to be a little bit of behind the scenes, like what really goes on into building these awesome projects that we do. So this is the CNC router that the school purchased only a few years ago. It is a very expensive machine that makes building things like signs and other things so much easier. You can put anything into a piece of wood, like the Patriots logo, whatever you really want, and it comes out looking really, really good. So this is an awesome tool that we utilize very often here.
Hi, I'm Lipsky Joe from Nauset News, and I'm here with Letitia.
Roosevelt. Nice
Yes.
to meet you. You can call me Tish. Hi.
So, we are both international students, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, she's from Indonesia, I'm from China.
Mhm.
So, what do you think the big difference between Indonesia and America?
In general?
Yes.
Oh, I think there are definitely a lot more options for any person, and I feel very grateful to be here. And now I'm exploring things I didn't get a chance to back home, and I'm very excited to be here.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure it was the same for you, right? In a sense.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So I always think like, just being alone here, not being home is very hard.
Mhm.
What do you think is the hardest part of being here, not being home?
Okay. First of all, definitely family. That's the default answer.
Yeah.
Now that there's FaceTime and Skype and everything, it's great. I talk to them at least once a week for sure. And the food. There used to be street food all the time, 24/7 at home, and here, like, shops close a little early, and things are way more expensive. So there's a bit of a struggle there, but it's been fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I go to the drama play last night, and you were doing so great.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Do you enjoy that?
Yes. Oh my God, I love it. I almost actually, in a way, I came to the States for drama because I didn't have that option. Didn't have a lot of avenues back home, and here I get to chase that, which is great.
So you're in the drama class, right?
Yes, I am. I'm in honors acting.
Do you like it?
I love it. Oh my God.
So what's your favorite class?
My favorite class?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
It might be A-Push, which is the class that I just got pulled out of a few minutes ago. I love it because it was sort of a stupid decision in a way because I had no background in U.S. history whatsoever. Now I'm taking AP U.S. history, which makes no sense. But the teacher is great. Miss Burnett is awesome. So if you guys get a chance to take A-Push next year, anyone watching, please take it because Miss Burnett is fabulous. Okay. Yes.
Okay, I think, do you like here the Cape Cod?
Yes.
Yes.
It's definitely different because we both came from a big city.
Yes.
So it's way more calm.
Yeah, and very pretty views.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you for watching.
And now, sports. I'm Tim Long. I'm Clayton Hussey. I'm Seth Finley. Let's kick it off with boys basketball. On March 1st, the Nauset boys basketball team won their first game in the state tournament against Whitman-Hanson, 65-56. It was a hard-fought battle for the team with just being up 1 point at halftime. Some of the lead scorers were Bobby Joy, who scored 26 points, with 12 of them being in the third quarter, causing a score gap. Charlie Campbell scored 17 points, and Chad Edwards scored 16 points to help secure the win. On defense, Abdel Talabi, Tejan Silva, and Jeremy Poignant kept Whitman-Hanson behind. But on March 5th, the Nauset boys basketball team fell to Falmouth in the South semifinal game, which brought an end to their great season. Nauset put up a good fight, but the final score was 68-62. Charlie Campbell had 13 points, Bobby Joy had 10. Nauset wasn't really able to score again until the fourth quarter, where they almost had a comeback. And on to hockey. On Tuesday, February 27th, the boys ice hockey team had a huge tournament win to move on to the quarterfinals. The game was against Apponequet Conley, and the boys took over the whole game, starting the scoring within the first 2 minutes of the game. The game was ended with a 7-1 score. Sophomore Austin Hirschberger led the scoring for Nauset with 3 goals. Freshmen Clayton Hussey and juniors John Purcell, Shane Silva, and Ben Winslow all tallied a goal as well. Goalie Chase Holm held up great in net to help Nauset push through this huge team victory. But unfortunately, on March 4th, the boys suffered a hard loss in the quarterfinals to Taunton in a 4-3 overtime, bringing an end to their brilliant season. Also, congratulations to the wrestler Eli Wilson, who placed 3rd in the New England Wrestling Championship this past weekend in the 195-pound division. Eli had a great season and has over 100 career wins. Also, a big congrats to Madiket Nabili, who placed 6th in the 1 mile at the All New England High School Championship. She ran at a 5:07. Madiket will attend Dartmouth College in the fall.
In girls basketball news, the girls have had their best season in 20 years. They won the ACL title and then took charge in their first state tournament game, beating Notre Dame Academy 52-30. Freshman Avery Burns turns heads by hitting 8 3-point shots for a game high of 24 points. Skylar Sanderson added 9 points. Other players doing well were Francesca Ganell, Corinne Oresty, and Regan Meehan. The girls play Duxbury in the next round. Good luck, girls. Those results on next week's show.
And that's Nauset Sports with Nauset News.
Hello, my name is Leah Baker and welcome to this week's Student Council Report. First off, almost all the council members attended the statewide conference in Hyannis, including the president, Jack Auer. Next, one of our March Madness activities is coming up, so mark your calendars. On March 21st, Rock the Stage will be held at 7 p.m. at our high school. Also, the next Faculty Friday will be held later in spring. Lastly, the Nauset Cares Project will create bags of toiletries and socks for the homeless that live in our area. Thank you for watching this week's Student Council Report. I'm Leah Baker.
Hi, I'm Tori Shee with this week's special report. Today, I'm here with Nauset News' very own Abby Wright. Abby is a senior here at Nauset and has recently decided to attend Florida State University and will be spending her freshman year abroad in London. Now, Abby, what other schools did you apply to and how did you decide that FSU was the school for you?
Well, I actually applied to 7 other schools and I got into all 8 schools that I applied to. So those included Champlain College in Burlington, Pace University in New York, Hofstra University in New York, and some others. But when I visited the Florida State campus a few days ago, actually, I just completely fell in love with it. I knew as soon as I stepped on the campus that that was where I wanted to be, and it just felt like the right fit for me. So it really just seemed like the right decision, and I just decided.
Nice. And how did you find out about this London program that FSU has? And can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, for sure. So only actually 8% of the students at Florida State University are out-of-state students, which is only about 1,500 people. And so they do this program called the FYA, or the First Year Abroad program, where if you go abroad for your entire freshman year, including a summer semester, you actually get an in-state tuition waiver for the remaining 3 years of your degree at Florida State. So for me, that ended up saving me a ton of money in the long run, even though going abroad is kind of expensive. So they have, I think, 4 or 5 different locations, and London was the only English-speaking location, so I just figured that was probably the right way to go and I could best adapt to the culture there. So yeah, that's why I decided to do it.
Nice. And do you know what you will be studying yet, or have you not decided that yet?
I think I have decided. Right now I'm going into computer criminology, which is a major that's specific to Florida State. It involves kind of the way that machines and humans can interact in order to solve crimes in the developing world with technology, so yeah.
And how did you get involved with that? Like, what made you choose that as a major?
Well, I knew that I wanted to go into crime, and I thought that I wanted to be an investigator, and I'm very technological, I guess, and I really appreciate technology, so I thought that computer criminology would just be a really good major for me. It's kind of similar to cybersecurity, so it's a very up-and-coming field.
Nice. And what are you looking forward to most while you're studying abroad?
I've never actually been out of the country before, so I'm definitely looking forward to a new cultural experience, and the culture in Britain obviously isn't that much different from the United States, but I think it will definitely be a different sort of experience, and I'm really excited to just experience the food and like the landmarks and stuff like that, so I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah, and I've been to London a couple years ago, and it was an awesome experience,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're going to love it.
Good to hear.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side, what are you most nervous about while in London?
I'm definitely nervous about the people that I'm going to be living with, I guess, or the people that I'm going to be around, because it's a really small program. I think only like 40 kids roughly will end up going for the entire year, so I'll be in an apartment with probably 5 or 6 other people, so I'm most nervous about making friends and kind of integrating into the program and getting along with everyone, so yeah.
Nice. And do you think that acclimating to the London lifestyle is going to be a difficult or easy transition for you?
I think it's going to be pretty easy, mostly because there's no language barrier. I'm really excited to see a lot of famous landmarks like Big Ben, the London Eye, and I know that there's actually a trip planned for Stonehenge that I'll be going to, so I'm really excited about that. But besides that, I think it will be pretty easy.
Nice. Well, good luck with the rest of your senior year.
Thank you.
And your travels abroad.
Thank you.
I'm Tori Sheen, and that was this week's special report.